Hello, everyone. If you're new here, this is the Awkward Turtle Diaries podcast. If you're coming back, welcome back. I'm your host, Awkward Turtle, and these are Awkward Turtle Things. This is episode 4. That's crazy. It's almost been a month of me podcasting, and this was honestly an idea that I had for a while, but I just never knew when I was going to actually pursue it. Anyway, episode 4, LesHumanize. It's been a long week, honestly. I was spending time with family in Florida after my grandfather's funeral. I had several family events. I was staying with my grandma and we had a wonderful time. She gave me so much stuff for my apartment, which this is not my apartment. This is a hotel room. My aunt is here from Florida. She asked me to do her makeup for a Sweet 16 and she looks gorgeous. Shout out to me. I am a makeup artist and esthetician, and I do a little hair here and there. I'm not a cosmetologist, but I get it done. You know what I mean? So full circle, because my aunt has known me my entire life. She's known me since I was born, and she's been with my uncle since I was born. So they're equally my family. And I mentioned this on my Looks by Les on Instagram, which is my makeup / esthetician page. Check it out. She used to do my hair. She was literally my preschool and kindergarten teacher. So like if I would show up to school looking cooked, she would always get me right. And it was so full circle doing it back for her. And it was so precious to think about it. Like, damn girl, you almost 30. In this episode, we're discussing potential. We're discussing pedestalizing, and we're discussing heartbreak. When I'm reflecting on these said topics, especially the one about potential, it's so frustrating because I did mention in previous episode that I was tired of not being seen for who I am and seen for what somebody wants me to be, which is essentially their potential in their head for me, not my own potential, but what they knew I could be capable of becoming, whether that's to their benefit and my detriment or vice versa. Yeah, when I think about potential, I think about all the made up shit I have in my head for relationships. Do you know how hard it is to grieve something that never happened but only was in here? Because I do. Have a seat. We'll talk about it. I don't want empathy. I don't want sympathy. I don't need a hug for this. Hug me because you want to, okay? Not because you think I need it. I grieved this shit already. I'm just talking about my experience. Just listen up. Okay, I'm going to stop saying it. A lot of grieving of potential of my ex and my relationship, potential of my family to treat me better or to be different people, the potential of friends to treat me the way I treat them. It's a whole thing. It's pretty hard because, again, you're grieving something that never happened, but you thought about it a lot. You put a lot of effort into thinking that this outcome was a possibility when really we should just accept people for who they are. Like I mentioned in the last episode, we have to see people for who they are in order for them to see us for who we are, or at least hope that they will, right? And honestly, instead of wasting my energy on things of the potential nature, I honestly let part of that fuel me to do this podcast. I feel like our creative energy can be wasted on other people a lot of the time. I think part of it, right, therapizing myself and, from my therapist herself, I think that part of it is, I lost my train of thought. I think that it's an escape in two different ways, like prioritizing other people and prioritizing their potential and obsessing over these things that might never happen, probably won't happen. So sorry to you. Is we're either avoiding the work that we need to do for ourselves in order to better ourselves and, elevate as a person, because we also want to bring those people with us. Do you know how fucking lonely it is when you have reached the next level of healing and like the people that you love are back there and you're like, please, I did it. It was hard. But please do it so you can come with me. But not everybody can come. Not everybody can come. And the second part of it is, we're ignoring, in the same way that we're ignoring ourselves, we're ignoring our creativity. So really, like, a big focus of mine in this new year, like I guess a New Year's resolution for myself that I guess I'm realizing now, is to transmute the energy that I want to give to others, give it towards myself, but specifically for creativity. This podcast, singing more, I mentioned like my long-term and my short-term goals in episode one. And yeah, that's what I want to do. Anytime, so literally, I'm not going to reveal too much, but the day that I started my podcast, I was really obsessing over something that I had no control over and that I was going to do nothing about because I can't, because I have no control over it. So I was like, girl, let's use our time effectively and just get to yapping. Honestly, like I be yapping on TikTok. I be yapping on Instagram sometimes, but like this feels right. I need a longer space in terms of time to like talk my stuff. You know what I mean? And people appreciate it. Like the comments that I get has been really good feedback. And it's okay to give me negative feedback too, guys. Like I take constructive criticism. If I don't agree with you, we could talk about it. Like let's have an exchange. You know what I mean? I can take it. So like doesn't have to all be positive unless you're telling me that I'm super pretty. Because anything else would be a lie. Honestly, like tell me, if you feel like there's some things that I could do better. But genuinely, when you take that energy and you pour it into yourself instead of the potential of others, I think that it makes you that much better, makes you that much more self-aware. And I know the energy that I pour into others when I am in unison with them, or even just in their face, or when I'm collaborating with them. Like I give everything. I give everything and not a drop left. And so I'm just trying to use that for me, and it has proven to be so wonderful. Okay. So again, if you want to fantasize about the potential of somebody else, or if you're like overly crushing on somebody, or if you're overly not thinking about you, pour into yourself and see how much better your life gets. And when I say to pour into yourself, I mean specifically, what is that creative project that you're avoiding because you're too focused on everything else around you and the potential of everything around you? Think about it, reflect on it, let it sit, let it marinate, eat it, ingest it, digest it. What did you come up with? When you do this, when you discover what the creative pursuit is, and then you actively move towards it, I think it informs our purpose and it makes us see more clearly what we genuinely want to be doing with our lives versus what fucking capitalism taught us to do, and work and whatever, and religion taught us to obsess over marriage and whatever. I won't get into that. I just think it'll make your life brighter and your days a little easier and your mornings more wonderful to wake up to. So try it out. And by no means do I mean to quit your job and pursue this thing. Let's start at a small pace. Little pockets of joy in your creativity. Keep your day job, bring the chicken home. But in your free time, let's do something that fulfills us, instead of fulfilling others. I'm still unfolding, but I am nothing less than grateful for where I am right now because of how much I've been pouring into myself. I feel like you're not seeing people as whole when you're seeing them for their potential. And vice versa, you don't want to be seen as your potential for whatever that person thinks is better for you. It's actually pretty offensive that you would think that I need to mold myself to be better for your life. But we continue to do it. And honestly, it's really natural. But I think a really important thing that a lot of people don't have is self-awareness. Okay. So it's important to catch yourself in these acts and be like, girl, why are we so worried about that? Do I have control over that thing? Probably not. Let's focus on us and what we can do to better ourselves. Let's go to the gym. Let's go buy a snack. Let's go cook ourselves a meal. Let's clean up. Let's get beautiful for no reason. You know what I mean? That to say, you are breaking your own heart every time that you don't see someone as a whole. Make a full assessment. You cannot just see the bad or just the good in those people. We are humans. We all fail. And the same way that we want grace, we have to allow that for others and for them to show up as their authentic self. And if we stop seeing the potential in others and we see them for who they are, we can better assess if they are the right fit for where we are right now and where we're trying to go. Because they could be right for right now, but are they helping you grow as a person? Are they going to help you develop into the person that you really want to be and you know that you have the potential to be? But it's because it's your own potential and not what others are projecting onto you. So I mentioned pedestalizing in my title of this episode. I kind of coined that word myself when I realized what it was happening. It's basically like putting someone on a pedestal, right? Like the verb, the action. Pedestalizing. Like I have told all two of my exes that they pedestalized me, and it's not an actual word. However, It's the act of seeing somebody as this high being, okay? They're up here, you're down here, and like this person can do no wrong. And I've definitely noticed it with my family. I feel that way about my dad and just a lot of my family members who have this vision of me that is not real, because I have a whole other life outside of just being your family member. And I love that idea in the sense of like doe-eyed pixie girl, like dream girl, like I'm just an angel baby that's Catholic, you know, I got my Jesus piece on, you know. Hey, I love that in theory. But then when you start to think about, would you still love me if I was a worm? That's a stupid example, but that's been sweeping the internet. Would you still love me if I fucked up this bad? Would you still love me if I was ugly? Would you still love me if my booty wasn't as fat? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be this perfect angel, because what if I disappoint you? What's going to happen then? So I think that in this light of pedestalizing, I can sometimes want to confirm that someone want to be with me and self-sabotage the relationship, or maybe self-sabotage my image to them so that they can see me as more of a real person and not just as this person who can do no wrong, so that I know if you're really going to stay or not. That's toxic. Damn. That's toxic. All right, well, shit. That's what this is for, right? I think that in reflecting on that being one of my toxic traits, as you saw in 4K, I think that I'm trying to take control of when I disappoint you, so that you're not just disappointed by something that I had no intention of disappointing you with. That's so interesting. Damn, I like control a lot. That's another episode. Let's talk about control another time. Let's not, you know. If I fuck up your perfect perception of me, are you going to stay in my life? And it's not guaranteed, because sometimes it's not because you did something fucked up. Sometimes it's just life and you drift apart. I prefer that one though. But again, that's me trying to control why I would fall off with someone. Whew, a lot more reflecting to do, I guess. I recognize too in said pedestalizing that if you tell me your expectations of me, and this is past tense, I am actively working on it, but I will say that is something that's past tense. When people tell me their expectations of me, or they tell me something that they see me becoming in reference to them, I feel like I use that to my advantage and become that person, and then realize that that's not me and that's not who I wanted to be, and like this was created by somebody else. And it's happened a lot. Okay, I can't lie, cannot tell a lie. I recognize how manipulative that is, to just be something that somebody wants and then like take it away from them because it was never authentic in the first place. And that is definitely an added layer of said toxic trait. It's important to be yourself, because it's okay to not be everything that somebody wants. Like, you're going to disappoint them. They're going to disappoint you. It's important to recognize the things that you like about the person and what you don't like about the person. Weigh the options, see if they're good for you, see if they're good for future you, and keep it pushing, you know? I feel like I have a hard time letting people go, especially when I've already decided that they're to stay. Stubborn Taurus brain. I've noticed how much I do that, and I know that I ended my last episode with commitments and vows to myself, but that's definitely another one to others. Like, be your authentic self and allow people to come and go as they deem necessary. And allow yourself to come and go as you deem necessary, because you're not obligated to stay in anyone's life. It's actually better to leave the minute you feel like it is no longer serving either one of you, or even just not serving you. So, whew. Yeah, that's manipulative. Let's not do that. Enfim. It's important to be present and mindful of your thought patterns, okay? You got to catch yourself in the act. Like, girl, why are we thinking about this? This has nothing to do with us. When you are trying to see the potential in somebody and not who they actually are, okay? And that goes for parents, that goes for siblings, that goes for relationships, that goes for friends. I mentioned all of the above earlier. But not seeing them as a full person makes them feel misunderstood, and that could definitely salvage the relationship and self-awareness in who you are so that you can give somebody else an accurate perception of you, so that you're not being pedestalized and you're not self-sabotaging in all the ways. It's important to allow people the choice of whether they want to stay in your life or not. Revealing all of the things of you and somebody not choosing to be in your life is probably the biggest blessing, because they're able to recognize that they can't do for you what you need, or they can't elevate you in the way you need, or they're just not willing to be a participant in your life. And that's okay. Let's give people that choice so that we know who should be here and who shouldn't, okay? Rejection is redirection. Rejection is for another time, another episode. Thank you so much for watching. And I think I said everything I need to, and I had a pretty powerful finding. So learn with me. Learn about yourself and your toxic traits. I will be talking about this in therapy on Tuesday, let me tell you, because that was powerful. Don't miss me too much. Peace out.